Good morning and welcome to the day after, and what a day after it is, looking back at the Global Champions League leg, the third leg of the season here in Mexico City. My guests today, we've got a bumper crop. I've got Fernando Martinez Sommer from the Prague Lions, David Will from Riyadh Blue. We have Peter Grant, our course designer down from Canada for the second time here in Mexico City, and backing me up with the facts, Frederick de Backer. First of all, guys, Fernando, Prague Lions yesterday, or here in GCL. Tell us a little bit how your day went.
Yeah, I had a little bit pressure, to be honest. It's the first GCL I do with the Prague Lions, and to have Peter as a partner is quite a big achievement. So he was clear, and I had one down in the first round, felt good, and in the second round I think I overrode a little bit that oxer that I had down in the last one. Okay, I think it was not my day, but I was a bit disappointed because we could have done better.
You were Gladiators last year, so you say you come here under pressure. Is that because suddenly now you know, the Lions are a good team, DeVos is really good at this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be in that team is quite an honor and a big opportunity for me. So for sure I want to own my spot. And I think also it adds a little bit that I'm in my home show, and of course you want to do well here. So in the end it was 2 down and felt like if I was eliminated, But my horse jumped good and they're feeling good. They also felt good in Miami. It hasn't been my couple of weeks, but nothing dramatic.
We talk about that a lot, how we're tied into coming Miami, Mexico, and whether you can have a horse that's really, really going to be good at both. David, I'm going to give you a couple of facts about Riyadh Blue that you can discuss with me, because there's only 2 riders. Al Mobdi only has 1 horse with him. So did you at any stage in Miami or here feel under pressure, or is it just like, no, we know what we're doing?
So of course, if you have only 2 riders, and especially one with only 1 horse, there is a little bit extra pressure. But
it's really easy to be team manager.
Very easy, yeah. You don't need to choose a lot. We knew what we had, of course, there was not a lot of room for errors. That's for sure.
You're a real veteran of Global Champions League. You were with us back in 2016 in Season 1, Cascais Charms back in the day, and then New York Empire. Is that an experience that you thought, now that you work with the Saudi Federation, you're like, it would be really good for our Saudi riders to do league?
So it's been a little while for me with the team. I've missed it, to be honest. I'm very happy to be back on the team this year. And of course, I think for everybody it's a really good opportunity. And now for our Saudi team especially, I think we have we have veterans that have been everywhere, have done everything, but we have also, for example, Khaled Al Mobdi, who is here and was in Miami, and in both shows he performed really, really well. He's like an extremely talented rider, and for him to be on that stage, learn a lot from the top riders, I think it's a brilliant thing for him.
Peter, I think that the first thing we really want to get into are your 2 courses for Global Champions League. Frederick, you had some observations actually just about sort of his doubles and maybe also that round 2 triple bar.
I just realized that in Miami I sat next to you and now sit next to him, so if I say anything bad about his courses,
that's why I put you there.
So I have to be careful. No. Already last year I remember that I made some observations that were very interesting. Lots of verticals last year on the turn, never really straight. And here this year, what strikes me, a lot of your combinations are single standing fences. Like if you have the Vezzani is half distance into a double. That's what you get from Giuliano Vezzani, at least at one of the courses. With you, lots of single standing combinations. Or am I just seeing ghosts?
I do like to try and have variety, and I like how you're talking about some of the movement to the verticals, and just sometimes the style that comes up in the line that you like and feels natural. We're a little bit related with the combinations, for instance, for the Grand Prix today and just throughout the week, but I definitely like a little bit of a gallop and some movement, hit a double and keep going. I think in the right competition, for instance in the Global League, it's it's a nice flavor in terms of you can add a little bit of technicality based on the shape and the ride in, but also keep some of that speed influence. And I hadn't thought about it, but I think now that you say it, for sure it's something that I enjoy.
Okay, so if we come back to Mexico next year, I want you to give us a statistic. If on a full year, how many combinations that you build are with a related distance? Because I think you'd be surprised. Maybe okay, I only saw you at 2 shows, but maybe it's 70 or 80%. Maybe there's a tendency.
We'll have to look at get somebody on those stats.
But also like, he's got those. You seldom have a straight line on a related distance. It's often a little bit of a bend. You don't use very straightforward courses where you go straight ahead. It's always a slight bend. It's a very, I don't know how the boys rode it, but or walked it, but I find it very interesting. Like we're used to Ojana Vizana, who's a great course designer, but this is different walking, because the courses walk very nicely and they flow, but it's even more about the rider, I think, to judge everything right, because with the bend you think, I've got the room here, but you really have to ride that line nice to the center, or nice to the inside, or nice to the outside, just to make sure. You don't have that straight line, do you?
Rodrigo?
I think it invites you a little bit to go smooth, in the course, and then with some delicate combinations that, without canter in this big arena, then it gets very delicate in between the combinations. Well, I had the combination yesterday with 2 down in the triple, so.
And I will say that fluidness, like that's for me, I'd like to, when I'm trying to find the line, is just what feels natural to go to next.